up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sass Girl, and today, you know what time it is. It is story time. And yes, you read that title correctly. We're going to be talking about my dress code obsessed vice principal from high school. So, I've been meaning to do this video. I actually wanted to do this video with my friend Marie. If y'all remember her, we did the Whisper Challenge about 3 years ago. Probably 2 years ago. But she would agree completely with me on what I'm about to tell you guys today. My husband does not know about this principal. He's never met him. He's only heard about him from me. So, get the popcorn, guys, because this story is a doozy. Okay, so, I met, let's call him Mr. Henry. Yeah, Mr. Henry. So, Mr. Henry showed up at our school during my junior year. But if y'all remember in my I'm Back video from also a year ago, I had that stupid orange blonde hair. Yeah, I was a junior that time. So yeah, this guy comes to our school, says, hey, I hope everything goes great. I'm going to make sure everything in the school is perfect. I guess you can see where this is going. So yeah, everything was fine in school. Everything was perfectly fine. Until he came out with the dress codes. If y'all are familiar with dress codes, it's like you cannot wear something like this to school, or else you get dress code and you get ISD for a certain period, for a certain time, and it was stupid. But I don't fight with him. I was that student that always follows the rules. I was a teacher's pet. And I would always follow the rules no matter what, no matter how pissed off I can get. I just tried to keep my peace with the school as much as I could. The principal, Mr. What do we call him? Mr. Fuck. Mr. William. We'll call him Mr. William. So, Mr. William knows me very well. He's a very nice principal. He is awesome. Pretty much the sweetest principal we ever had. So I was glad that he was still there. My husband knows him as well. Mr. William knows my husband. And he had no problem with me. So, he also had to follow the dress code, and one of my friends, if y'all remember, what was his YouTube name? Joseph Killam? Yeah, Joseph Killam. Love you, dude. His mom was very connected with the dress code, and I love her to death. She's still awesome. But when it came to the dress code, she was strict about them as well, not as much as Mr. Henry. Anyway, back to the point. I wore this skirt. I'm going to have to move the camera down. I wore this skirt. And the rule is you cannot wear a skirt that's 4 inches above your knee. If it's 4 inches above your knee, you either have to wear leggings or you get in trouble. And if you get dress coded 3 times, then you're suspended for a certain amount of days. So this skirt was my first time getting dress coded, and I hated it. I don't hate the skirt. I love the skirt. My mom and I bought this. So, I was in English class. I get brought into Mr. Henry's office, and he says, are you aware that you're out of dress code? He was being really nice about it, but I then told him, sir, my mom and I always dress shop aware of the dress code. We don't overlook it at all. We were very responsible about it. But he says, well, you're out of dress code, so you're going to have to either ask one of your parents to go get you some leggings. And I explained to him that my mom is probably at work, or my mom's at work, but my dad is possibly still at home. And that's when Mr. William comes in and says, what's going on here? He sees I'm in the room, and he's like, what is she doing in here? And he goes, oh, she just got dress coded because of her skirt. And he goes, well, you won't have any more problems with her. Well, you'll never have any problems with her. Sass Girl is very good. And I am. Mr. William knows me better. He knows that I don't break the rules. And I don't. So, I get off with a warning. Mr. Henry calls my mom, tells her. She calls my dad. He brings my leggings. And as soon as I got home from school, he comes up to me and says, I fucking hate your vice principal right now. I was ready to raise hell, and I pretty much just was like, I would have let you. I love my dad to death. I'm his baby, but boy, do not piss off a redneck, I swear. But I got dress coded twice in 1 year, and after getting dress coded twice, I was so afraid of my outfit, of everything that I wore for the rest of the year. The second time I got dress coded, I wore a turquoise top. It was beige on top, and it was kind of laced see-through, but you can't really see anything. And then my friend Joseph Killam's mom, I hope the camera got on that. My top had a beige top. It was lace see-through. My friend Joseph's mom dress codes me without my knowledge. She says, it's lace in the back, so we don't need to see your back. And I was like, fine. And I get home, my mom gets an email. She tells me I got dress coded. If it happens again, I'm in trouble with the school. And my mom was pissed. I wore the top once or twice in my high school career. In junior high, I wore that top. In my freshman year, I wore that top. And I'm just now getting dress coded. I was so pissed. My mom she hated who told on me. She hated my vice principal, and he does not call my mom by her first name. Most of the teachers that know me call my mom by her first name, and so does Mr. William. They all call her by her first name, but Mr. Henry is the first person to call her by her last name, my maiden last name. And my mom, my mom, she's a feisty woman, and I love it. But yeah, I nearly got dress coded for the third time by wearing a wet sweater and a coral bra, and I nearly got caught having red tips at the ends of my hair, and I had to lie straight up to my teacher saying, oh, I just woke up one morning and it was like that, and she practically bought it. So she didn't dress code me for the fucking sweater or the bra. She just sends me up to the office for me to put on a gray shirt to go on top of it. So I had to go to the bathroom, take off my sweater, put on the shirt, and I go home to Mom and I'm like, look what happened. I was unable to wear these cute shirts to school. And my Mr. Henry even threatened that if every kid even one more kid gets dress coded again, we would have to wear uniforms the following year. That means I would have to wear a uniform during my senior year. To me, I'm like, oh, hell no. No, sir, no uniforms. They're too boring. Even in band, I was straight up like, fuck you, no uniforms. Even though I have full respect for my vice principal, my teachers, I have respect for all of them because they're in charge of me while we're still in this institution. But can you at least give us a fucking break? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm pretty sure you guys can relate to what the fuck I went through during a fucking dress code. Have y'all been dress coded before? Let me know in the comments, because I would love to read y'all's stories. And if you had a vice principal or principal that got on your ass for fucking dress code, let me know, because I would love to hear about it. Woo! Plus, my friends and I had a certain suspicion about Mr. Henry. Some of us would be uncomfortable. One of my friends, Hallie, or something like that, comes up to me. She's wearing a sweater, and it's one of those sweaters where it's puffy around the collar, and you can probably put it off the shoulders if you can. She comes up to me, and it's off to the side, showing her shoulder, and she straight up asked me, "Hey, Sass, does my shoulder turn you on?" No. Why do you ask? And she says, "Oh, well, the reason why I asked is because Mr. Henry says if I show any more shoulder, I'm turning on the boys." What? So, that made us very concerned about our own safety. Some of us are having suspicions that maybe our vice principal's a perv and a creeper. Because apparently female shoulders turn on men. I told my husband that, and he straight up looked at me with a what the fuck look. He even agrees that my principal is possibly my vice principal is possibly a creeper. I felt uncomfortable, and I couldn't even go up to Mr. William to tell him what the fuck was going on and what me and the others are afraid of. Maybe instead of turning on, I'm pretty sure teenage boys at our school don't get turned on by just a female shoulder. Maybe we're possibly turning him on. Yeah. Whew. That is a long fucking story. But it's for y'all's viewing pleasure. If y'all agree or something similar to this happened to you, let me know in the comments below. And like this video if you enjoyed it, and if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell notifications so that way you get notified every time I post. And yeah, until next time, I'm out.